I went on a cruise recently. Cruises are great. If you enjoy being stuck on a floating prison, it feels like you're being held hostage, and the only escape is to jump overboard into the Caribbean to your death. You're on a petri dish with people who have more money than sense and more food than stomach. The type of people that go on cruises are the type of people that think a swim-up bar is a water fountain for alcoholics. Or the kind of people who mistake seasickness for a tequila hangover. Which makes sense because cruises are suspiciously cheap. They're like a dollar store for vacations. If vacations consisted of being herded like cattle onto a floating amusement park, for $160, you can take a 4-night vacation to the Bahamas. You can get blacked out drunk every day without having to worry about your old life. You know, your old life back on land. When you're out at sea, anything goes. It's like having the mentality of going to Vegas without being able to leave. $160 for a 4-night Bahama bender is a steal. You could spend that much money on therapy to forget about your old life, or you can spend it on a drunken island adventure that'll give you new things to regret. Like sleeping with that 4 you could have sworn was an 8. Or stuffing soft serve ice cream in this fucking hole in your head. Cruises are alright if you enjoy having all the fun of a vacation while gaining the weight of a pregnancy. It's like they're trying to kill you with cholesterol. They got buffets on buffets on buffets! And people just pile up their plates like they're at some kind of all-you-can-clog-your-arteries contest, where the winner gets branded like a fucking cow with the ship's logo. When was the last time you saw a skinny person on a cruise? On the Titanic? It's like they're trying to fatten us up for a slaughter. I've never seen so many people in one place who ate themselves out of walking. It's a floating food orgy where the only thing getting laid is the butter on the lobster tail. Seeing all those fat people on a cruise is like watching a documentary on how to commit slow suicide with a fork. It's a beautiful sight to see. If you're a cardiologist or a mortician, you know, I actually had a good time on the cruise. There's a lot to do, you know? Like, when you're out at sea, they have all these little games like, guess which one of your friends your husband wants to fuck the most? Or, trivia challenge. Show us how smart you're not by answering questions a 3rd grader with Down syndrome would guess correct. Or my favorite, karaoke roulette, where your singing will make the passengers want to kill themselves. The type of games that are fun if you're a middle-aged drunk mom or a 20-year-old on mushrooms. Watching these games made me feel like I was witnessing an alternate universe where you're praised if you show your asshole to a group of drunk retirees. One thing I noticed on the cruise was that there are so many old people. I wondered, is this a cruise or a retirement home with a dive bar? But then I realized, these people live here. It turns out that going on one cruise after another is cheaper than staying at a nursing home. Attention everybody, welcome aboard the SS Deathbed. We are currently cruising towards the afterlife at a leisurely pace. If I were old, I would live on a cruise. I mean, it's perfect. 3 meals a day, live entertainment, all the sex you can hear. The walls in the cabin are thinner than a plot to a porno. I was trying to peacefully black out with a Jameson I snuck on board when I started hearing what sounded like a fucking bukkake in room 9507. Listen, I'm all for sexual liberation, but I didn't sign up for this kind of surround sound experience. It sounded awful. I couldn't tell if they were having sex or summoning a demon. I was hearing claw marks against the wall. I was hearing fists getting pounded up against a body. I was hearing weird liquid noises. Turns out, they were just playing a fucked up game of charades. Like and subscribe, or I'll drop this dog.